Alright. We're jumping back into the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Last time on Case 2, The Magical Turnabout, Trucy Wright was showing off what her new show was going to be, like the Trucy and Wonderland kind of spin-off thing. And she had a disappearing act where she was locked into a box. And then... where she was locked into a box and then, made a great escape. But when they opened the box, inside was this guy named Mr. Rius, who was, in a sense, her assistant, and it was part of Troop Grimari back 13 plus years ago, but ended up having to get kicked off due to, like, health concerns or an accident or something of sorts. So his body was found in the box, dead, and everybody, has said that Trucy's done it. So let's jump back on in and see what we got here. All right, April 28th, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Ooh, that was hairy. Tell me about it. I barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor said Madi either. With the way he says let it go and move on, as if it's nothing. Let it go and move on, huh? Oh boy, and I'm after a secret conclave of villains or something. I knew it. Get your next evil scheme in the works already. What do you want? Keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy, now smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grimari Creed tells you to do? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grimari? Go away, you creep. Oh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. It looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming's prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. Huh? What happened to the camera? It just disappeared right before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I put out a call for Trucy's fans to come support her earlier, by the way. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. It's gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. Oh, I hate that guy. Called in some of Trucy's fans? But for what purpose? Apollo? The thing Mr. Retnitz just did. There was some high-level sleight of hand. Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that? I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills. No way. But I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings. Mr. Lawyer? Oh, shoot. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something?
Well, there's something that's been bothering me.
Really? What is it?
Well, you see... Hey, dummy, watch what you're whispering to Lobster Boy about. Betty, who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me first before you do or say anything, you brain. But I... Shut your mouth, you dumb buddy. Come with me now.
Broski. Let her speak. I wonder what was bothering her. There's no way we're finding that out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that. Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying? Yes, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Retnitz has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans. Yeah, probably not. Wonder what he has up his sleeve, too. Better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. You're Trucy Wright and you'll be fine. Oh, there goes Apollo with his best trick. That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine. Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm Trucy Wright and I'm fine. Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now. That a girl. Good luck up there on the stand. You'll do great. Thanks, I'll be fine. I can do this. Alright, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. Yeah, my throat's fucked. April 28th, District Court. Courtroom number 6. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand. There she is. Trissy right. Magician. Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch. Throw the murderer in jail, the last member of that criminal troupe. Boo, we don't want to see you on my stage. Order! The gallery will be quiet, or I will have you all thrown out on the spot. What's it called? Hecklers. I bet they're the fans Mr. Retness invited. What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not going to psych us out. Now then, Miss Wright. This court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So, please testify about this issue. She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic. Hurry up and convict her already. Give her the death penalty. Yeah, ha ha ha. Well, that's rude. Silence, all of you. I won't tell you again. That's right. Do you feel able to testify? Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor. Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this. I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be alright, Your Honor? To witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves. In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Our Trucy's amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the Troop Gamari creed even now. She really is something else. It's showtime for Magic Girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody. The stupendous sword switch. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on the sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is. Okay. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Sordo. There, I've switched it. And now... Yup. Damn. As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber. Damn. But. Bravo, Miss Wright. Wow, she switched them in a flash. I couldn't see her do it at all. She's completely turned the room around. The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering. Oh, where did that steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking over curiosity, just, you know. I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show. So, when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain. Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when they performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you now, would I? Oh ho ho! That's our Trucy. Yeah, still. Miss Wright. That part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right? Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help my explanation here in court. That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there, but now that I found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous magic. I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Hey, the judge knows what he likes. I think I have it figured out. I take it was supposed to be her, you know, doing this, like, the actual... yeah. Yeah. I think I know exactly where it is.
Objection!
I knew it. That's right. There's something I'd like to confirm with you. What is it, Apollo? There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now, and the way it appears in the show footage. What? But that can't be. I performed it exactly the same way both times. Then what's going on here? That's right. I have the show footage right here. And the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it. What? But I did it. So it really is the exact moment you switch the swords? Yes, that's right. Oh shit. I knew it. Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused lies for me. Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show? No, Your Honor. That wasn't my intention. I mean... I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure.
Objection!
Human memory is unreliable at best, but in that case, I am afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false. But... now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, it means that the use of any steel sword to pierce coffin was wholly intentional. And by that way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Ryu's death was not an accident but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still? It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense,
Objection!
The defense has an objection. To you, Mr. Apollo Justice, I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you point out now. But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something. I'm sure of it. Why the defense seem kindly save their spat until after the court is adjourned? Now, after all this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. Prank plan. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage. Through her actions, I'm afraid I have come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions. It's such a shame. But I did switch the swords. I swear. Knee deep in it now, Justice.
Excuse me.
Let's see. You are... oh, which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Buddy?
It's Bonnie. You were mixing the two names together, Your Honor.
Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify.
About what?
The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Tracy killed Mr. Ryus.
Bonnie?
Hey, what's the big idea? Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? You keep your trap shot. I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down. No, I won't be quiet. What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me? Trucy said something to me once.
Huh?
She said, no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician's all about. Isn't that right, Trucy?
That's right, Bonnie.
I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty, afraid to defy her, so I did what she said. But even when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength. courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything. She's just incredible. So I'm not gonna run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm gonna be brave. Grr, what have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You practically brainwashed her.
It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart. Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to the thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess?
Yes, ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage.
What do you mean by that, Bonnie?
I wonder if what was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage.
Objection!
Of course it is. The show had only been performed once, after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday.
Objection!
But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage. Well, what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show? Well,
I have some show footage.
you do?
One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a big fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then, afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot as a present.
He did?
To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was gonna get rid of it.
Hold it!
Please submit that footage to the court. Uh-oh. Now then, let's take a look at this new footage. Uh-oh. It's gonna be really creepy. Oh, this is from the... Oh, come on, you perv. Is she also a high schooler? Because if so, this dude's messed up in the head. Also, this means he was like off to the side by the backstage area, I think. If I'm not mistaken, maybe? Card trick. What am I supposed to be looking at? Wow. Okay then. He really did keep the camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he? I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Well, defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting? Of course I do. Okay, so how are we gonna go about this? Let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them. Inconsistency, huh? Yes, the two pieces of footage are of the same scene, so they should match up. But Bonnie felt there was something off about that original footage. So if we can pick out what's different between the two, we'll know what Bonnie found strange. Exactly. But we may feel like the original. It doesn't show the sword switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage. Very well, I will allow it. What a waste of time. Apollo, do you know how to compare the two pieces of footage? No, I've never done it before. I'll give you a little lesson then. Use the video player's buttons to go through the footage. When you want to speed through, use the fast forward button. And if you want to go back, use the rewind button. If you want to help the playback, just use the pause button. Oh, and by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you do a slow frame-by-frame playback. Okay, and so how do I switch between the two videos? Just use the switch camera button. Now, if you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor over what's different and present it to the court. Thanks, Athena. You really know your stuff. Not really. I just gave it some gusto, and then I went with my gut on most of it. What? I sure hope she guessed right. Anyway, let's give it a try. It was the cards flying, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the cards. Can I not save? Uh-oh.
Take that!
This is it right here. Take a good look at the scene and compare it to the video shot from the front. Oh, the playing cards don't appear on the video shot from the front. Hey, you're right. What's going on here? Miss Wright, can you tell us, what can you tell us about these playing cards? Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword switching trick. What? Mr. Justice, what does this mean? Yes, it means that the sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited? Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd. Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. Yes, Your Honor. Is it the guy? Yes, it is. It's you. Now hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers. And who might you be? Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here's my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, well. How very polite of you. It's a lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor Sudmani. Please take my card. A business card? Yes. I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. I have even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crack-a-lacking, homie, for example. Oh, you're from Take-Two TV, are you, witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before. Yes, Roger Retness, otherwise known as the Ratings Raha. He's a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as late. He is best known for his catchphrase, hang loose, baby. Oh my, so you're the Ratings Raha. Hang loose, did you, baby? Nice courtroom guy here. I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. But Prosecutor Sadmati, how do you know so much about him? In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found the Ratings Raha Goes to Burger Barn of particular interest. It inspired me to visit the restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. What? You went to the Burger Barn? Who would have thought? You must really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Because that line, whew. Compared to my aesthetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. Aesthetic training. I recommend the Southern Western Burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers. Aha! Prosecutor Sadmati's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside. Mr. Witness, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned? Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled. Did you see the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around and the playing cards go fly. Everything's like it's supposed to be. Man, it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick. Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Rius. Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Trucy definitely did swap swords, as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Rius when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script? If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon seppies came crashing down. I say Tracy murdered Rius when she was hidden from view behind the stage. Could have easily done it behind that huge dragon, and nobody'd be the wiser. I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion. You bet. Plus, there is a suspicious-looking shadow in the footage, too. It's towards the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. Might be easier to just see it for yourselves. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here. I saw. Suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. But she was just right there. Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way.
Objection!
This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all. Aren't we forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage? You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I've always wanted to give it a shot. That would be fine with me. Prosecutor Sadbody? This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say. Promise. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede glass rights for the victim, I will have you removed. All right. With Prosecutor Sadbodi's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Retness. Roger Retness, the rating Raha, now Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers. Okay. I doubt that. Just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage. Kind of. I see, so you're saying it was a coincidence that the sword swapping scene was cut? That's right. I'm glad you got the picture.
Objection!
Coincidence? Just a little too convenient if you ask me. Ooh, an objection. How cool. Sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut. There. I got some good stuff there. Mr. Retness, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Oops, my bad, Judge. And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during the cross-examination. Bro's gonna die. Hold on. Really?
Hold it!
Hi, honey. Hello, Court. Not Basil Court. What other scenes did you cut from the footage? Huh? Oh, no others, I guess. You mean you only edited out the sword-switching trick scene and nothing else? Don't you think that's too much of a stretch to claim that is a mere coincidence?
Objection!
No matter how artificial you find the affair, stranger things have happened on their own. That is, unless you have something with which to prove otherwise, defense. Well, if you have a valid criticism of Mr. Retness's testimony, feel free to counter it with evidence. Well, Apollo? It would sure make things easier if we had some. I think the defense team needs to be edited out of this trial. That's what they need. I'll have to clean up this footage later. He isn't really gonna put this on TV, is he? Trying to prove malicious intent is tough. All he has to do is say it was just a coincidence. We need to find some kind of foothold if we want to make any progress. Sure, but this guy doesn't seem like the type to slip up. So we'll just have to get the information out of him bit by bit. Damn it. Okay.
Hold it!
Alright, I can do that. Really? I've never heard anybody say that. It's common knowledge in the TV world. You got any idea what a snooze cruise it'd be to watch a magic show without editing? A magic show like that one? Anyway. That was ice cold. Anyway, editing is what makes TV worth watching. Okay, buddy.
Hold it!
Are you saying you thought that there were boring scenes in Mrs. Wright's magic show? Gotta ask, that script and presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor. Broadcasting that mess as is would have been a complete disaster. That's why I had to edit the footage. Just what a TV man does. What didn't you like about the show exactly? The whole thing was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you don't get it. But a show's only as good as how loud, flashy, and trashy it is. It was plenty loud and flashy on its own. All I did was add the trash. I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things. Just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on the evidence and testimony. Exactly. Whether it's showbiz or the legal biz, we do what we gotta do to get the job done. Anyway, editing footage is just a matter of course in the TV industry.
Hold it!
It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get the distinct impression that you bear feelings of ill will towards Troop Grimari. Huh? What makes you think that? Things that you yourself had said. And I also get the impression that you felt this way for a long time.
Objection!
Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways. For example, though I bear the defense no ill will, I would not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lout of a lawyer. You bear me no ill will. Could have fooled me. And yet, it is the truth. I am only strict on you as it seems you've strayed from the path. If you have any objections, Mr. Justice, please make your case with evidence in the future. Mr. Redness, please continue your testimony.
Hold it!
Okay. Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword switching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now we're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs? Big shot. It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut. Then let me ask you this. Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case? You won't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell ya, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it. I may not know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it. It could be this, or it could be this.
Take that!
Okay, maybe it wasn't that one. Hold on.
Take that!
What was this? Oh, what's that you got there? Honey, block him. This is the contract you had Miss Wright signed just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright reads. If, through the fault of the second party, the show must be canceled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party. The $3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum. I couldn't agree more, and of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Retinas had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it. Conned her? How did you do that? There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents. Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Shusey and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her. About $3 million. That's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Retinas.
Hold it!
This clipboard is yours, though, isn't it, Mr. Retinas? Well, it belongs to the TV station anyway. That much I know. Maybe it was an old prop from one of our TV shows that got used by mistake. Or maybe he used it on purpose to con Miss Wright.
Objection!
Mr. Retinas has already stated that he did not. Mr. Justice, please do not use this trial to try to get out of paying your agency's debt. That's not what I'm doing. Proof Mr. Retinas is connected to the carbon paper, huh? Trucy's signature was copied onto the fake contract. And there must be an original contract that Trucy actually did sign. True, but I bet Retinas is too savvy to leave something like that behind his evidence. What if her signature was copied onto more than just a fake contract? Like a third document Trucy signatured on it. Have we seen something like yes, we have! Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Let me continue my testimony. Oh, I know. Buddy, you're fucked.
Objection!
You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster. I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Now let's compare that signature to the one here on the contract. Literally the exact fucking same. Wow, would you look at that? They're exactly the same. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice. Unless it's a copy. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they definitely prove your malicious intent. Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you. This is really getting interesting now. It'll get great ratings for sure. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Retinas. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client. So the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions, isn't that right?
Objection!
What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will towards Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed. That's right, I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar, that's all. After all, I never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show. So I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right? I didn't bear any ill will, huh? That chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. Oh, I like how my mouse just moves up every time I hit it. Can't prove it with anything, but the things he said all point to the fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy's aware of. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Retinas and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them. Hidden? Connection? What is it now? Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice? It is futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely, it is just another one of the defense's feckless claims.
Objection!
You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my argument, you'll wish you'd taken me a whole lot more seriously. Well, I really... Very well, then. Do proceed. Did you figure something out, Apollo? Nope, not a thing. What? It was just some good old-fashioned bluffing, courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training. Hope you know what you're doing. How about you schmop up? Schmop. You're cute, honey. If you're going to make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What is this hidden connection? Okay, I doubt they're dating, so he's got to be a magician too. Slid a hand trick Mr. Retinas did during the recess earlier. Well, I couldn't see it, so. What if Mr. Retinas is a magician too? What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks. Not me. Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the way. Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As a passage in the sacred scriptures of Curanism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say to a dimwit. He isn't gonna get it anyway. But we saw Mr. Retinas perform a magic trick. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it would be pretty funny if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor? The connection is too useless, oh, thanks. Then every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will towards the accused. I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff? You would do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters of Mount Ponipon. 3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey. Ah, a numbskull for a numbskull. Ugh. Well, this numbskull is thick-skinned, so there. I think I get what they're driving at. He is a magician. It's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy, is it? Hold on. I can think of one person. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Troop Grimari. Oh? No way. There's something wrong, Mr. Justice. Your Honor, the defense wishes to submit evidence at this time. I see. And what sort of evidence do you have for us? Evidence that points to the real killer. The one who had a motive to commit the crime. What? And what have you come up with this time, defense? Trucy Wright is the sole heir to Troop Grimari in its name. This puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. This piece of evidence points to that one person with grudge against Miss Wright.
Take that!
And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice? 13 years ago, the great Mr. Rios belonged to Troop Grimari. But then the troop ousted him, and Mr. Rios vowed to get revenge on them someday. And what better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir? Mr. Rios is a victim, Mr. Justice. You've named a dead man as your suspect. But is he really dead? What do you mean? Is he really dead? The fact that Mr. Rios is a victim is what's throwing you off. And how about we consider this possibility? What if the man who died on the stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Rios? What? You mean the victim was an imposter? Not Mr. Rios? Man, what about the real Mr. Rios? It would mean the real Mr. Rios is still alive. It's absurd. Sir Justice, who is the real Mr. Rios and not the victim of the case? It's all coming together now. I finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. This should explain everything, Your Honor. A real killer. The one who hated Troop Grimari and wanted to sully its name. A magician lurking in the shadows who set up a fake Mr. Rios in his stead. The real Mr. Rios is... How about that? Yes, yes it is. Roger Retness is the real Mr. Rios. What? Oh.
Objection.
Oh, holy red pepper. Your impotent seeds sprout not meaningless, empty words. You can't possibly have proof to support such an outlandish theory. It's not a bad idea for a soap opera. But not even diehard fans of the genre would stick around past the pilot. You want proof? Well, I've got proof. I can prove it by... proving that the Mr. Rios in yesterday's magic shot was a fake. And to do that... I just need you to look at this spot on the poster.
Take that!
This is the injury Mr. Rios sustained while practicing magic 13 years ago. However... the video the victim shot of himself shows no trace of that injury. Oh my, you're absolutely right. Now, Mr. Retness, what do you suppose we'd find if we took a look at your right forearm? Is there by chance a nasty 13-year-old scar under that sleeve of yours? Well, Mr. Retness, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? Ha 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 ha. Come on now. I have nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there because I require no tricks or gimmicks. For you see, my magic is the real deal. Is this what you were hoping to see? Oh, there it is. The scar. Just as I thought. That's right, I am the Forgotten Magician, abandoned in the dark understage of history. The great Mr. Rios. But this is... it's totally absurd. Oh, how ironic, wouldn't you say? That is, that this Otis mark carved by me by the Troop Grimari would bring me back into the limelight once more. Strange are the karmic threads before me. If the witness is a real Mr. Rios, then who was the victim who perished in the magic show? Who was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he had become a magician out of admiration for the great Mr. Rios. Confidence, I told him my true identity and let him take on my mantle. And when does this man take over for you? About 2 years ago, I taught him my tricks, and even acted as his producer. And so a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight. Courtesy of my magic on the stage we call television. Hope you enjoyed the show. You really had us all fooled. Mr. Retness, or should I say, Mr. Rios. In your hatred of Troop Grimari, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery, and then set up Miss Right to take the fall, didn't you? You did it all just to tarnish the Grimari name. Oh ho ho. I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set up the prank, that much is true, but it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you. Yet she learned of the plan and use of it to commit the murder. That is how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of...
Objection!
But if it was a secret prank plan that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one who used it for murder instead? Gah! Yikes. His head. Heh, just kidding. What the heck was that? Heed my words, lawyer lad, for I fear your grasp on reality slipping. I do believe I told you that my magic is real. It employs neither tricks nor gimmicks. Enough with the ambiguity. Why don't you make your point already? My alibi is as pristine as ever. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Samadi? Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi. What? This witness does take 2 TV. I've had that many people can easily attest to. That's alright. I forgot all about that. Oh, so what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on the matter? Yes, I think you'd better. Please tell the court more about your alibi. Very well then, on with the show. Why are you watching Magnifique Grammari? Time has finally come for the magic to stuff out of the press's prodigy. The Grammarly line will be no more. Whoa. Okay. Good stuff. Did say he was there to see. That could be right. If Mr. Retness is the killer, he'd have been there at the theater. There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story. I assure you there are no holes on Mr. Ryu's stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. Do enjoy my show to the fullest. And my real alibi. The way he says real, I just don't believe.
Hold it!
But you did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Let's see. My journey took about 10 minutes by car. Did he actually have been at the theater during those 10 minutes? Killing the victim? Oh, allow me to stab at the reading of your mind. Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? How neat. But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver's a big fan of the ratings, Raha. I even gave him my card. Gave the driver his card. That was very clever of him. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident.
Hold it!
What was this other TV show you were working on? My own special project, you see. One moment. Perhaps this is more appropriate. You switched personas just to say that? What's the show about? Washed up, has-been singers and comedians get together to play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance at their career. A priceless praise for chumps who washed up too early in life. Sounds great, right? I'm going to suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice. As the ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly in obscurity. I want the ratings Raha produce my TV debut. Not in this lifetime. You have great reactions. Who knows? TV might be your true calling. Hey, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing production of this program during the Pedro's performance.
Hold it!
How do we know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I'm making my business perform solo. My magic is neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not? So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? Just the complete opposite of Trucy. There were many people there in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him, he could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same. He really has made a rock-solid alibi for himself. Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? Let's hear how perfect it is. It's all been revealed to you now.
Hold it!
I've got it. Do you have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe? I'll get at the twins' business. You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row?
If you do not believe in this, why not investigate for yourself? Though I am sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless.
Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched. This alibi really is airtight. I believe we've heard enough. Well, I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant.
Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged out long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of your Honor's head.
It is.
The time has come. Let us punish this sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm. Apollo, Trixie will be thrown in prison and will be out of a job. But if you catch tasty fishies, can you sell me some on a good price?
I told you, I have absolutely zero intention of going off on a tune about.
I think Justice to figure this out.
It's no use. I can't find a single flaw. So what now? Oh, behold my never-ending magic show. Coming for awe-inspiring showmanship with the great Mr. Rios. Save for my grand illusion until the end of time. Ha 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 ha!
Wait, is he saying now we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his? Could it be?
You know what, Mr. Witness? I guess we have all been spectators of the elaborate illusion you prepared for us. Illusion that has subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad?
Have you got something, Apollo?
I just remember something Trucy said about misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. We've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Witness's magic. Then maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there.
It's time to rethink all my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case?
Are we doing one of those things? One of the psh moments?
If I reevaluate the validity of all of these things, and just maybe...
Are we gonna do one of these things? I hope so. Athena? There's something uncanny about this case.
Okay, what is it?
Witness's alibi. It's too perfect.
It's true.
It's like impossible to break no matter how hard we try. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. I'm not following. We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi.
Oh, I think I get it.
You're saying he's using misdirection on us, right? It's definitely a possibility. And, well, what the defense cared to share whatever what is discussing over there. Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's finally hiding behind the curtain, so to speak. And what is this certain assumption you're thinking of? This is the one key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Witness's perfect alibi would become irrelevant.
Objection!
How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what appeared to be the culprit's shadow in the footage.
Objection!
But couldn't we just as easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit? Well, if it's not the culprit's, then whose is it? Not 100% sure yet. But I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. We've all seen something that looks like the shadowy shape before, Your Honor. During the magic show itself. In that case, please point it out in the show footage for us. This is a thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit. It's gotta be Mr. Hat.
Take that!
Mr. Justice, how does that even remotely resemble the shadowy figure? I thought it looked pretty similar. Does it not? Oh shit. What? Apparently. I thought it was her hat.
Take that!
Ah, shit. Wait, can I switch the video? Come on, I was doing so good. What happened? There's an option for me to switch the tape, is there? Watch it be like this.
Take that!
No! Oh my god. No, 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 no. I accidentally clicked the button. No. Is it because it's up close now? Oh my god. I'm fucked.
Take that!
I'm so confused. Who is this then? Who is this? It's not Trucy, is it?
Take that!
I'm confused. I'm so confused. At what? What are we taking a look at?
Take that!
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm at a loss here. I'm at a loss. My leg itches. You're fucking with me.
Take that!
You know, I'm pissed. Doesn't the shadow resemble a suspicious shadowy figure? Oh, now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? Thought we did that already. That's right. Could you identify the shadow for the court? Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from when he's being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire. Then could the shadow that's shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too? No, that's not possible. Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk. He stayed up there. In other words, the second shadow is from the second side of the shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. Some other figure? I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice. Sure, we've come this far. Just to figure it out from the clues I have on hand. What is the second shadow shown in the footage? I'm gonna guess it's the body. But since I lost all my things trying to... I thought whenever... If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there is only one answer. Shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Rius. In other words, Mr. Mana of Mystery. The victim. Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up to the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Retinas?
Indeed. And what of it?
I contend that it's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached with stunt wires so that he could be pulled up to the air. So you're suggesting that, after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air, just as the prank script says. Exactly. We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen. The true piece of resistance for the culprits. Yep. Damn. Well, tell me, you got it all figured out? Yes, I think so. If we could just look beyond Mr. Retinas' last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have been pulled up to the catwalk, just like Mr. Hat. And hit the cushioning up there with considerable force. To figure out what else happened up there at that time. Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that? It's probably to murder him. Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? When he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin. If we can figure out how these two questions are linked, the answer should become clear.
Could it be?
Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still part of a prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Mr. Ray was called backstage, and just as the set piece fell.
Oh shit. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in the cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or a blade of some sort. What? You mean...
Yes, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Miss Mystery was whisked up in the air. Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air.
Oh! Straight into a blade there in the catwalk!
In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick.
What?
Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Retinas was at the time of death.
Yeah.
Damn. But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Just before the murder occurred. The dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. It was, and it and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up into the blade and the cushion. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade. Oh, then that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape. The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was being pulled up to the cushion.
I can't believe it. I had no idea.
I was told that Trucy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. It's the only reason I did it. You were used, Betty. Roger Retinas used you.
I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around.
After the incident occurred, Mr. Retinas arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloody steel one. That also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage. But how did he have time to do all that? When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show. That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Retinas, who killed the victim all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say murder plan, proves your murderer's intent. Gramari! Oh shit. Bro's mad. Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant imbecile. Putrid red pepper. You can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something? A rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Sudmati? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk. Which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Retinas retrieved it after the fact. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. But without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage? That where the blood-stained sword was found, after all. That is a very good point. As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage. Tracey Wright remains the prime suspect. It would appear that what you call truth is a little bit more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It's time to let it go and move on. Oh, are you seeing this magnificent Gramari? The magic extracting punishment on your granddaughter. The Gramari name is done for.
Apollo, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here.
I know. Just what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honor. This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically, there should be no evidence for us to find or use. Which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Retinas couldn't have foreseen. Once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Retinas, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic. Yes, we're doing this. I love this. This is a new perspective, though. As long as the magic show wasn't scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. The magic show wasn't funny. Bonnie's mistake. Bonnie made a mistake during Trixie's escape trick. Looks like the Bonnie made during her life choices. Damn. Her hat was placed in the wrong spot. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of the left. Trixie had to appear on the side of the coffin opposite the one on the show's script. The culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater. It means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. What are the culprit's cover-up then, specific by Trixie's new position? Coffin hole. Yeah, the blood was on the wrong side of the coffin, too. Thinking Trixie had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put the blood on the left hole. But the blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. The killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, the culprit must have swapped the coffin sides, which is why the fingerprints were backwards. Swap the coffin sides. That's right. The left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin. It's just the evidence I need. Bog's kind of ugly with that. Sorry, Mr. Retinas, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of that kind. My magic is real. No
Objection!
Oh, no, no. No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? After the murder. You switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? Gah. And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves it. Oh, yeah! It's gotta be this. It's gotta be this. No. I'm betting it all.
Take that!
The fingerprinting results. What about the fingerprints is unnatural? Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his prints should have looked like this. However, what we found was that they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree? It is strange, isn't it? But how did they get this way? They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to the script. The culprit thought Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin. And that Miss Wright would also pop up to the left side of the coffin as per the show script. He then assumed she had thrust a sword into the hole in the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up the crime. But some time after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that, due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust a sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood in it was on the side opposite the one that Trucy used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels. Oh, and that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards. Because the coffin switched two side panels around. The prints ended up facing the opposite direction. But instead of going off through all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side? I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor. Because of a little something called luminal testing. Ah, right. Luminal. I almost forgot. Luminal can detect trace amounts of blood, even if it's been wiped away, right? That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Retinas? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I?
Objection!
Trucy Wright could have done just the same so easily. You have no proof that it was a witness who tampered with the evidence.
Objection!
Huh? But I do have proof. What? A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all, Miss Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side. Oh my, you're absolutely right. Why, you impudent. I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Sudmati, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. You and the accused are most certainly bound for hell. Really? Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with the ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Ugh. Oh shit. Prosecutor Sudmati, are you alright? As for the true culprit, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go, but didn't actually see it. And someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Retinas. Grimoire. All these secrets to your tricks have been revealed. Now with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been canceled. Permanently. Is he gonna ask, what about my motive? All of my secrets have been revealed. You say. Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true, real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr. Rius. Witness a magic far greater than true Grimoires. Burn. Crumble. Fall to my furious flames. The great Mr. Rius will bring an end to you all. And now for the final heir to the Grimoire name, right here, right now. You too shall burn. Huh? No, this isn't right. Aha! No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. What? Stop. No. Curse you, Grimoire. I liked that. I liked that. I liked that. That was good. Curse those Grimoires. It's all because of them. Even now they wound me. Curse them to all the abyss. Do you really hate us that much? Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man? You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliations I have to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnifi Grimoire, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifi, he took it all from me. But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic's supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder. What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me, that's all. I get it now. That attitude towards magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician. Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If it was not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak. You're right. I didn't see through your tricks. You see, so in the end, Troupe Grimoire was defeated by the great Mr. Rius. Ho ho ho! You're not fit to lecture me from you're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy, right? You don't deserve to even call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Take that, Grimoire, you lose. If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy. This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation. Bailiff, take Mr. Redness away, and bring a fire extinguisher, just to be safe. Bro. It looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show. It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow. Huh? Why does Trucy look so down? Miss Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to announce my verdict. Can I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer, as I do? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Trucy Wright. Yeah, that's how we do it. Court is adjourned. Yeah. Yeah. Getting not guilty is my specialty. April 28th. District Court. Defendant, lobby, number 3. Yeah, I do win court. Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy. Grazie a Dio. Now you can open your show tomorrow, just as planned. Yep, and it's all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Reeves is gone, I'll need to find somebody to replace him. Uh-oh. I don't like the way she's looking at me.
Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Redness used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to a murder. But Betty, we have to take some of the blame for this too, you know. Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it?
Neither of you is to blame. The only one in the wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder, Roger Redness.
Did you think I'd know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you.
I guess she really does hate me.
But Betty, why?
You used to be a huge fan of Trucy's.
Hey, shut up! I've always hated her.
Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right?
So speak for yourself.
But Betty, you still have her autograph from the day.
Shut up!
Is she acting that way this whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Oh, Trucy, I never knew that being the best could be so tough.
Come on, Betty. Come on, Bunny. We're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show.
Hee. You're really excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you?
That's not true. So zip it, dummy.
Polly, do you think I really am a naive greenhorn? Huh? No way. She's not. Trucy, don't tell me you're taking what Retina said to heart. Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn. You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you. Huh? You're a wonderful Grimari magician. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you, Apollo. Well, what makes you say that? I know you're a wonderful Grimari magician because of this. It's gotta be this. Right?
Take that!
My grandfather's notebook. Grimari Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troop's creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You are everything Magnifi could have hoped for in an heir. You're a great magician, Trucy. A great magician. Me? You really are. That's why you don't have to worry about what Retina said. Oh, Polly, thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I'd been alone up there. But I was able to keep on smiling. Because of you. Me. I remember what you said to me in the detention center. Oh, you sure you swapped the swords, right? Your words were what kept me going. Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be. Trici's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I could help make that happen. Emma, I'm really sorry, Trici, for everything. But why? Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sadmati what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you, too. You have nothing to apologize for. You're just doing your job. You're too kind. Oh, I don't know about... Huh? Is something wrong, Emma? Oh. Ah, shit. Prosecutor Sadmati, what are you doing here? Don't look at me like that. Detective Sky. Yes? I require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. Wait, Prosecutor Sadmati. The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me? What? You've really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff. What happened to you? O lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious, Nayuta? Now, if you will excuse me. There he goes. What was that all about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Sadmati? Let's just say we're old acquaintances. Acquaintances? Seemed like something more than that. Yeah, well, you don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject. I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trici's future. Sure, if you say so. Hey, it's Mr. Wright. I'm on speakerphone, Apollo. What's up, Mr. Wright? Apollo, how's Trici? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine. Hi, Daddy. I'm okay now. She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo. Whew, it's a load off my mind. Can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? Still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you? Of course. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Full-fledged. So Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right? No, he just asked me to go cheer you on. Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly. The best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought, but... Good, then it's settled. April 29th. Penrose Theater.
Objection!
I should have known. This is what she meant. Magic your girl Trici Wright will now perform her greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic. Wait a minute, you're kidding, right? This is a trick gimmick, right? I'm too young to die. Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword. No, wait, stop. No. That's great, I love that. And that is how Trici and Grimari Land ended on a rousing high note. with a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams. What kind of an ending is that? Cute. Oh, just like that. And... Huh. Yeah. Alright, everybody. I'm sorry for such a short stream, but that is all I have at this moment. Oh, I guess we're going to be doing a bunch of back and forth, because next time on the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, from the looks of it, we're finally going to get to see Maya again, which makes me really excited. But that also means I'm going to guess that we're back in Quran. So, my guess is we're going back and forth. So, Quran, America, and then probably both in some way. And I don't know how. I've always thought about this, but how cool would it be if there was 2 court sessions at a time that I had to, like, play through? Like, I had to, like, switch between Apollo and Athena in America and Phoenix over in Quran and do, like, the courts that way. I don't know how that would work, but I think that would be really, really cool. That's kind of where I think that we're going, but I don't know. So next time, we will be starting in The Rite of Turnabout. I can't wait. I'm excited. Alright. I'll see y'all later.